All right, so number one, they tell us that the mean time is 188 minutes, and then they want us to find the standard deviation. So here are the standard deviations. So it's 4 squared plus 2 squared, which is equal to 16 plus 4 is equal to 20. So the standard deviation is the square root of 20. That's going to be 4 point something. So it's going to, I got 4.47. So the answer is B, 5 minutes. Okay, which of the following properties is correct? Well, we know A is correct, right? Whenever we subtract variance, we add, so A is correct. C is not correct because notice that it's not about variance, it's about square roots, and our formulas are not about square roots. Let's go over here to B. When we add a scalar to variance, remember the scalar goes away, so B is not correct. And in D, when we add a scalar to expected mean, it's going to be the expected mean plus the scalar. So D is not correct. So the answer to this is A. Okay, so let's go talk here about discrete or continuous. Now remember, discrete is when my answer is when my answer is an integer, all right? So that's like a counting number, a positive integer. So let's look at A, the number of light bulbs. Well, that's 1 light bulb, 2 light bulbs. You're not going to have a 0.5 light bulb. So A is D for discrete. Come on, D for discrete. B, the time that it takes to fly from New York to Los Angeles. Well, it's possible for the plane ride to be a non-integer, like 2.8 hours, 3.5 hours, so it's time, and time is continuous. The number of hits of a web page, well, nobody goes and do a half a time. It's either they do or they don't, so that's discrete. And the amount of snow that is during the winter, well, accumulation is a measurement, so it can come in like 0.5, so my answer is C, continuous. Okay, let's look at number 4. Which one is not a formula for standard deviation? Well, we know standard deviation is the square root of variance, so it's not that. And this guy right here, this is what we've been doing for square roots, right? How we take the mean, we subtract it from the outcome, and we multiply it by the probability. So A is, the one that is not is C, and that is the mean. So that is C. Okay, let's come out to number 5, and we got a lot of cash. And they want us to find the mean profit and standard deviation. So let's go do this, that the mean is equal to the expected value. It's equal to 1 times 0.1 plus 1.5 times 0.2 plus 2 times 0.4 plus 4 times 0.2 plus 10 times 0.1. All right? And my answer is 3, so it's $3 million. Right, because they said in millions of dollars. Okay, so now let me go find my standard deviation. I'm going to do my work in B because I run out of work here. So I'm going to work in variance. And so it's going to be 1 minus 3 quantity squared times 0.1 plus 1.5 minus 3 squared times 0.2 plus 2 minus 3 squared times 0.4 plus 4 minus 3 squared times 0.2 plus 10 minus 3 squared times 0.1. Now, when I get that, oops, I'm being anal now. All right, so what I really wanted to find is the standard deviation, which is equal to the square root of the variance of x, which is equal to $2.52 million, okay? All right, that's the answer to A. Now let's go look at B. It says Lada owes a source of income as a financing fee of $2 million plus 10% profit. So they retains this much money here. Find the mean and standard deviation of y. Okay, so let me erase what we have. Okay, let me just go to another color. So I have the expected value of 0.9x minus 0.2 is equal to 0.9 expected value of x minus 0.2. Okay? And so what did I get? I got 3, right? So it's 0.9 times 3 minus 0.2. So let me get out my graphing calculator. 0.9 times 3 minus 0.2. And I get $2.5 million. Okay? So now let's go find the variance. So the variance of 0.9x minus 0.2 is equal to 0.9 squared times the variance of x. And that's it, because remember the minus 2 goes away. All right, so 0.9 squared is 0.81. Now my standard deviation, I got 0.252. So if I square that guy, okay. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to get an eraser. Okay. So my standard deviation of 0.9x minus 2 is equal to the square root of the variance of 0.9x minus 0.2, which is going to be equal to 0.9 times 2.52, right? Because this 0.9 was squared, this is squared, we take the square root of that. 0.9 times 2.52. And I get $2.27 million. Okay? Now let's go find the probability that it's greater than 2. So the probability that x is greater than 2 is equal to the probability that x is equal to 4 plus the probability that x is equal to 10, which is 0.2 plus 0.1, which is 0.3. So I'm hoping you thought that was easy. That's page 1.